As much as possible, I like to take the back roads whenever I go anywhere. 2 lanes is plenty enough for me. I avoid the interstates as much as possible, so I'm taking the back roads all the way to Georgia to the Okefenokee Swamp, kind of close to Gainesville, outskirts of Gainesville, home of Tom Petty. So I've been listening to some Tom Petty tunes, and that's always good medicine. And I'm on a back road. It's nice and mellow, laid back. Looking forward to getting to Okefenokee. Never been there before. Should be a good time. You know, one thing that's kind of cool about driving the back roads out in the back country is the small town radio stations. The small, they're not as franchised. They're more free to play music. I'm hearing all kinds of songs I haven't heard in years instead of just the top 40 nonsense that the major markets play. So it's really neat. I've heard some really old R&B, some really old country. It's really cool to listen to those small town radio stations. Good stuff. Enjoying this back road travel. Last time I was here, the falls were really raging. The water level's really gone down quite a bit. Still beautiful though. I've been here where it was completely dry before. So this is just a quick pit stop before I'm back on the road, head back towards heading to the Okefenokee Swamp. But I always like to stop by here if I'm close by. I think that's some sort of a mine. That has to be the highest point in Florida right there. That's huge. I haven't seen another car or truck in about 5 minutes. Pretty much got this whole road to myself. Oh, here comes a car now. Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here. Today I'm out camping at a new place I've never been to, the Okefenokee Swamp. I brought along a mail call from Mike from under a Carolina sky. He sent me this package out of nowhere. A couple of bandanas. I could always use bandanas. I really like this camo one a lot. It's really cool. Tie-dye one. Pretty cool. Definitely going to be using these. I use these a lot. Let's see, what's this? Oh, he's got a little sticker here. Probably hard to see. It's hike more and worry less. Well, that's something I definitely apply to my life for sure. I think I'll put one of these on my truck. Cool, awesome. Here's a letter he wrote. Hi Mike, I came around this book a few years ago and I really liked it. I found another hardback vintage copy just like mine and picked it up for you. Vintage is cool, right? I was looking at this earlier. It was published in 1893. Your channel continues to be a big part of my everyday life and thoughts. Thank you for sharing your heart with us, brother. Mike from under the Carolina sky. This is a pretty cool book. I snuck a peek at it earlier. It's true stories about wild animals from a Native American perspective. From what I've gotten, I just went through it pretty quick, but it looks really, really neat. Really cool illustrations, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. And we might be getting some rain tonight, so I may be able to sit in the tent and have some good reading tonight. Thanks again for all the wonderful things you sent, Mike. I really appreciate it, and I will definitely leave a link to Mike's channel under the Carolina sky as well. Great channel, great guy. He's originally from Florida, so we have that Florida connection as well. He grew up there. So check out his channel, and again, thank you so much for this really cool book and everything else. It truly is good medicine. This is so cool. That's a snake hanging out in this little hole in the tree. Isn't that awesome? That is so cool. I love looking at the micro world. You should always look around you. He's just hanging out there. His head's out there. He owns this tree. It's his domain. Well, I crawled out of the Florida swamps, and I'm here in Georgia at the Okefenokee swamp. So, still in my swamp, so I'm happy. We'll see what this swamp. It's always been on my bucket list, a cool place to visit. So, really looking forward to seeing what the Okefenokee has to hold for me, and hopefully it'll be good memories, and I'll see beautiful things. Weather's really nice. There's a nice breeze. When I was looking at the weather reports, it looked like pretty much the temperature range is about the same as where I live. So, but this breeze is nice. They're having a really bad drought, this part of South Georgia. So there's a burn ban. I don't know how well this will come out on the camera, but this is beautiful. That's one thing about the deep South, Florida, Georgia. You have two spring seasons, the fall and spring, when all the flowers just bloom. That's beautiful. It's nothing but yellow. Just gorgeous. Look at that. It's like a painting I'm looking at right now. Just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Boardwalk ended. Now it's my kind of walking. Place is spot on gorgeous. This is what I love to see. When I see this, I know no one's been here for a while, and there's webs. I don't really want to mess up the web too much, so I'm going to go under his web. Hopefully, there we go. All these leaves. That's a little bit different vegetation in Florida. We mostly have the pine needles and the cypress needles. A little bit less on the deciduous trees. Pretty cool. I love the silence of the place. There's no noise. Like I mentioned earlier, there's been a bad drought here in South Georgia, and apparently it burned up this part of the boardwalk. There's a lot of just charred wood all through here that they have to replace and refix. Hopefully the rains will come. And there's the star of the show here in the Okefenokee. Well, some boneheaded mistakes made on this trip. First thing is, I stopped by the Dollar General in Newberry, Florida, and I forgot to grab the bag that had all my food for this trip in. So I'm stuck with some peanuts and hot dog buns for tonight, and tomorrow I'll have to resupply. So always happens. You always forget something, but food's a really important thing. Yeah, down here in the south, our reptiles and insects are wicked big. That's a palmetto bug right there. He's a big one. There it is, the Milky Way. So cool. I know this isn't coming out on the film, but it's awesome. Beautiful. No light pollution. Silence. The way it should be. Early morning, I'm on the upland trail. I know the major feature of this area is to do canoeing and kayaking. But I decided, you know what? Being from Florida, I see alligators all the time. So I'm going to focus on the hiking in the woodlands on this trip. I don't want to get all wet and rent a canoe and all that stuff, so I'm just going to enjoy hiking. It's a beautiful place. Really enjoying it a lot. It's a beautiful morning too.